In the quiet streets of Everwood, there was a house shrouded in shadows. This house stood at the northern end of the town, in a place where nobody dared to venture. Everyone spoke of the buried mystery that the house's basement held. One winter night, a few young and brave souls from the town decided to knock on the door of the old house. On this night, adorned with the twinkling lights of Christmas trees, the courageous group approached the doorstep. As the door creaked open, they were met by an elderly man. The man's face seemed etched with the fatigue of years and the weight of the past, yet his eyes were just as lively, filled with mystery. Introducing himself as Jonathan Moore, the elderly man invited them inside. As the group stepped into the house, the atmosphere began to take on an eerie quality. Strange sounds echoed from the walls, and shadows danced around them. With a mysterious smile, Jonathan Moore said, "Welcome. I have been expecting you for a long time." The atmosphere inside the house became increasingly peculiar. Unsettling noises emanated from the walls, and shadows seemed to come alive. Jonathan Moore, with a mysterious smile, began to recount chilling memories from his past. According to him, a mysterious entity had claimed a family living in the house on a past Christmas Eve. Since that day, inexplicable events had unfolded, driving the townsfolk away. That night, Jonathan Moore's guests began to confront the ghosts of the past, hiding in every corner of the house. The walls seemed to speak, and the shadows morphed into different shapes. The spirits of the family lost in the house on that fateful Christmas Eve wanted to convey a message. Jonathan, seeking redemption for his past mistakes, asked for help from his guests. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept in through the window, extinguishing the candles. In that moment, haunting screams echoed throughout the house. As the guests attempted to escape, the door opened, but Jonathan Moore and the ghosts of the past disappeared. Since that night, the young people of the town had experienced an unforgettable ordeal. From that day on, the old house stood abandoned, and nobody dared to visit it. However, on Christmas Eve, the townsfolk claimed to hear echoes of mournful screams from inside the house. And so, in the town of Everwood, Jonathan Moore's mysterious house gradually became a forgotten horror legend. The legend of Jonathan Moore's house loomed over Everwood like a ghostly specter, a tale whispered in hushed tones during long winter nights. Years passed, and the curious souls who once dared to enter the haunted abode became cautionary figures in the town's folklore. One fateful winter, a group of thrill-seekers, drawn by the allure of the supernatural, decided to unravel the mysteries that lingered within the forsaken walls. As the clock struck midnight on another chilling Christmas Eve, the daring individuals stood before the decaying entrance, their breath visible in the frosty air. The door, seemingly reluctant to allow new visitors, groaned open with an eerie creak. The air inside was thick with a foreboding presence, as if the very essence of the past clung to the walls. Undeterred, the group pressed forward, guided by a blend of fear and morbid curiosity. The house seemed to come alive with malevolent energy. Portraits on the walls leered at them, their eyes following the intruders with an unsettling gaze. The air resonated with ghostly whispers, telling tales of sorrow and regret. The group pressed on, determined to uncover the truth that lay dormant within the dilapidated structure. In a room cloaked in shadows, they discovered an old diary, its pages yellow-red with ague. The entry chronicled the tragic tale of Jonathan Moore and the family lost to the mysterious entity. The ink on the pages seemed to wreathe with a life of its own, recounting the anguish and despair that permeated the house. As the group delved deeper into the secrets concealed within the walls, they inadvertently rekindled the dormant spirits. Ghostly apparitions manifested, replaying scenes from that ill-fated Christmas Eve. The air became heavy with the weight of unresolved sorrow, and the temperature plummeted as if the very essence of the afterlife seeped into the present. In a climactic moment, the spirit of Jonathan Moore appeared, his eyes haunted by centuries of guilt. "You have awakened forces beyond your understanding," he intoned, a spectral warning that sent shivers down the spines of the intruders. The house seemed to rebel against their presence. Doors slammed shut, and unseen forces pushed them further into the heart of the supernatural maelstrom. Each step carried them deeper into a nightmarish realm where time itself seemed to unravel. As the clock struck 12, the group found themselves in a chamber bathed in an ethereal glow. The spirits of the lost family materialized, their faces etched with an otherworldly sadness. Jonathan Moore, now a tormented soul seeking redemption, pleaded for the group to undo the curse that bound them all. With trepidation, the group realized that only a selfless act could break the chains of the past. In a moment of shared bravery, they vowed to release the spirits from their eternal torment. The air crackled with energy as the room pulsed with an otherworldly force. In a blinding flash, the spirits vanished, and the once haunted house fell into an eerie silence. The group found themselves standing in an empty, dilapidated structure, the weight of the past lifted. The legend of Jonathan Moore's house was no longer a tale of horror, but a testament to the power of redemption. The group left the house, forever changed by the supernatural odyssey they had endured. From that day on, Everwood's chilling legend transformed into a story of liberation, where the shackles of the past could be broken, even in the darkest corners of the soul. And so, as the seasons changed, the old house stood silent, its secrets buried beneath layers of time. Yet, the echoes of that extraordinary night lingered, a reminder that even in the face of malevolent spirits, the human spirit could prevail. The town of Everwood, once gripped by the ominous shadow of Jonathan Moore's house, now bore witness to a profound transformation. The group that had dared to venture into the haunted abode became living conduits of the supernatural, forever marked by the ethereal encounter. As the seasons cycled through the years, the once cursed house remained untouched by curious souls. A hesitant peace settled upon Everwood, and the chilling legend of Jonathan Moore's house began to fade, replaced by a newfound sense of caution and respect for the unknown. However, the group that had unraveled the mysteries of the house found themselves bound by an unforeseen connection. Dreams of the spectral chamber haunted their nights, and echoes of ghostly whispers lingered in their waking hours. It was as if the spirits, freed from the shackles of the past, had left an indelible mark on the living. Curiosity, the very force that had driven the initial group into the heart of darkness, beckoned them once more. Each member, compelled by an unseen force, found themselves returning to the dilapidated structure that had once held them captive. The house, though seemingly abandoned, pulsed with an energy that transcended the boundaries of the living and the departed. The spectral echoes guided the group through hidden passages and secret chambers, unveiling a tapestry of forgotten stories etched into the very fabric of the house. As they ventured deeper, they uncovered a nexus of supernatural energies converging in the heart of the haunted abode. The diary they had discovered years ago, now seemingly untouched by the passage of time, revealed new entries. The spectral quill etched the tale of the spirit's journey beyond the confines of the house, revealing a destiny entwined with the living. The group, now reluctant custodians of the spectral legacy, realized that their encounter had forged a bridge between the worlds of the living and the dead. The spirits sought redemption not only for themselves, but also for the town that had long carried the weight of their tragedy. Guided by a shared purpose, the group embarked on a quest to mend the frayed threads of the supernatural tapestry. They faced challenges that blurred the boundaries of reality and the ethereal, battling malevolent entities that sought to exploit the fragile connection between the realms. Through nights filled with spectral apparitions and days steeped in ancient rituals, the group slowly pieced together the fragments of the spirit's unfinished stories. With each revelation, the house relinquished its grip on the town, and the once foreboding atmosphere lifted like a veil. Finally, on a Christmas Eve that seemed to transcend time, the spirits manifested one last time. The air crackled with a blend of sorrow and hope as the group, now seasoned defenders of the supernatural, aided the spirits in completing their journey to the afterlife. In a blinding burst of light, the house stood silent once more. The group found themselves standing outside, the weight of their supernatural burden lifted. The haunted house, once a symbol of terror, now radiated an otherworldly serenity. As the first rays of dawn bathed Everwood in a gentle glow, the group realized that the legacy of Jonathan Moore's house was no longer a tale of horror, but a story of redemption and unity between the living and the departed. And so, Everwood, forever changed by the spectral Odyssey, entered a new era where the echoes of the past were transformed into whispers of resilience and the enduring spirit of those who dared to face the unknown.